Let me share my screen first of all. Can you please confirm whether you can see my screen or not? Yeah, thank you, Bugs. Okay. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Srinivas Basha. So I'm having almost 10 plus years of experience in industry, IT industry, and followed by in training, I do have 8 plus years of experience. So basically, I have worked on the technologies like Java, the latest version 17 I'm working on, and then probably followed by Spring, some of the modules like core, web, and AOP, as well as security, followed by Spring Boot along with microservices. Okay. And so right now I'm working as a lead software engineer in one of the reputed organization. And I work for the resource development department also, where I actually train a lot of people who are coming as freshers from engineering colleges. So these are my certifications. I have done the Oracle Certified Professional Java Programming in Java 11, and then probably followed by the AWS Certified Developer certification, along with AZ 204, which is from Azure Microsoft. And these are my specializations: Java 17, Spring Boot, Spring Web Flux, Docker, DevOps, AWS, Azure, Angular 16, Bootstrap, and so on. So since I have learned all these technologies from past 2 plus years, recently I'm a full stack developer. So basically I have worked on developing the full stack application using Angular and Spring Boot microservices. Okay. So these are the real-time project requirements where we actually look for the basic Java programming knowledge people and some web development basics. Database knowledge is also must. Git version control. Anyhow, we will be seeing the Git version control tool anyhow while setting the project. And these are the development tools that we can use for our source code development. So we do have STS, IntelliJ IDEA, and the Visual Studio Code, which is usually used for developing web applications. And some basic knowledge in HTML and CSS and JavaScript is optional because we are actually developing a full stack web-based application where we completely work on Spring Boot as well as on Spring Boot microservices, which is the backend. And cloud or networking, the last 2 points are optional since we will be developing or discussing all these things maybe in 7 to 10 sessions. Okay, I will be covering all the basics related to this. And then after doing that, then probably we can go to the real-time project, which we have to do as a major project. Of course, there will be a mini project. I will show it to you in a bit, how the architecture looks like and other kind of things. So these are the tools that you are going to learn. Anyhow, IntelliJ IDEA, you can use Eclipse or STS, but I don't suggest using Eclipse. Always use STS, Spring Tool Suite. So you can also use IntelliJ IDEA if you are familiar with the IntelliJ functionalities. And Visual Studio Code, which is actually used to develop the web-based applications. And also we can develop the Spring related projects also in Visual Studio Code. There are some plugins available for us. So we'll be developing Maven based projects completely. So Maven based project in the sense we'll be developing Maven multi-module projects where we'll be having Maven projects as Spring Boot web applications. Then followed by JUnit Mockito. These are basically used to test our, the static behavior of the functionalities that we have written inside a controller, service layer, and repository as well. And Swagger, this is just used to document our, the web APIs, which are actually listed or the part of our application. So it basically gives a beautiful UI where we can hit the endpoints directly instead of using a Postman. So Jacoco, this is a code coverage tool. Basically, once we write the Java code, we need to see how much code coverage there has been done for our test cases. So have we tested all the complete functionalities or not? We can just test it using the JUnit and Mockito. And this is a Java provided plugin, which we can use it as a plugin in our Maven-based projects in order to see the coverage. That means how much code that we have tested from our side as a developer. Okay. And there's something called SonarQube. So this is just used to do some static code analysis. Okay. But probably what we can do, we can see the code smells, code violations, and if there are any major or critical or priority related concerns, all that will be listed in the SonarQube portal. We'll just see that when we will be running a Docker image for this SonarQube. Okay, so Lombok, so it is basically a plugin which provides setters, getters, or everything like constructor it is going to provide. So we don't have to write a lot of boilerplate code from our side. So it is just going to do a lot of stuff from its side. So Angular CLI, this is basically used to create Angular web-based applications, and this is a Git bash. So basically, we will be using the Git bash. This is a CLI which can be used to connect with the GitHub repository in order to commit or clone the projects that we do have. And there is a Docker. So I will have a special 3 or 4 sessions on Docker to understand what is basically a Docker is. And probably we'll be having the hands-on on AWS CLI to connect with AWS services. And we do have Docker Compose tool, which is specifically used to communicate between so many Docker containers. Let's say we do have 2 different applications or 3 different applications running inside the Docker container. So each and every application will run it in its own isolated environment. Okay, so they cannot communicate with each other, but we can use Docker Compose tool in order to make them communicate with each other directly. And Kafka, so we'll be using the Kafka in the mini project also. I'll be showing, I will be showing the Kafka in the architecture diagram, how it is being useful. There's something called Prometheus, which is actually going to give, let's say if we have developed a Spring Boot application, so what that application is going to provide, how we can monitor and manage our application based on some, APIs which are already available. So there's something called a Grafana. Grafana is a tool to visualize our application on the dashboard visually. And then probably we'll be having the ELK stack, but we'll be replacing this ELK stack with the Grafana Tempo. And then probably we'll be having the Redis, which is basically used for caching, and JMeter, which is used to do the load testing for our APIs. And then Postman. So we don't have to use Postman if we have Swagger implemented for our application. And then probably we do have an Offset Explorer, which is actually used to see the Kafka related based topics and how the data is getting stored. We'll see all the kind of structures over there. Okay. And this is the mini project. So we do have, so we'll be having an overview on the project architecture, and then probably we'll be designing the ER diagrams. There is a tool, I will let you know about that. And there is a concept of clean code principles that we need to follow while developing any Spring Boot web-based applications or microservices. Okay, and we'll be following the best coding practices. Of course, we are actually following it. So I have a real-time batch which is running at 6 p.m. in the evening. So probably we have done with the mini project. So we are left with Kafka. Okay, so yesterday there was a issue related to my company VPN, so I was unable to run that. So probably we will be able to complete the mini project by today. Okay, and also we will discuss about the pros and cons of synchronous and asynchronous style of coding. And sorry. Yeah, see, synchronous and asynchronous, basically, it has some use case. I will be just explaining that part in the next slide. Okay, yeah. And also, we'll not develop 3 mini projects. So these are actually 3 microservices, which are actually simple projects. Okay, and we will establish a communication between 3 of these projects using Paint line, that is basically an alternative solution for REST template, which is basically used to call the service-to-service communication. And then probably we'll be having, Kafka, which is a replacement for this Paint line communication. I will tell you all the pros and cons of that. And I will be giving an overview on the structure of the project to be followed, and will guide you on how to design your DTOs, data transfer objects, entities, controllers, services, repositories, and exception handling, and also writing the Docker Compose files to start our microservices automatically without starting it manually. Okay. So the above analysis will help you to do the real-time project with a pure knowledge and understanding, but these are the basic steps that we are going to follow in the mini project, and that will be helpful for the major project as well. Okay. So this is the architecture diagram. I just wanted to okay, so let me keep it like this itself. Okay. So this is a mini project that we are going to develop. Okay. So this is something related to a Book My Show application where we get the list of movies. We select a movie. We go to the seats booking of a particular theater. We select a seat, and then we do a payment. So that means there is a booking service, which is one microservice which is getting run. And there is something called a payment service where it handles the payment related things. And then probably the third service is the notification service over here. This notification service is used to trigger notifications like email or SMS, whatever we do have. Okay. Now let's analyze this. Anyone knows about REST template, first of all? Anyone from the group? REST template from Spring. No, this is a fresh batch, Akash Vale. So this is not a continuation batch. This is a new batch. And Shiva, no problem. You can install STS or IntelliJ IDEA. That doesn't stop you in your system to install. Voice is not clear. Is my voice is clear to all of you? Is my voice is clear to all of you? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So REST template is basically used for establishing the communication between 2 APIs, right? So probably what we will do, we'll just take this mini project and see what are the pros and cons of doing. This is an asynchronous style of coding, but let's say we do have a booking service, we do have a payment service, and then we do have a notification service. Okay, so let's say we do have a Spring Cloud API gateway in front of this booking service. The users will be contacting the API gateway in order to pass through the booking service. They cannot call the booking service directly since we have not exposed this booking service as an external application. Only the API gateway is provided to the end users so that they can contact the API gateway and forward the request to the respective services. Okay, now let's say booking service is going to take the request from the end users. Let's say I'm the user. I just have selected a movie. And then before doing the payment, it actually does some insertion inside the booking service. Let's say these are the booking details. It will have the movie ID, the show time, the show date, theater name, screen name, all this kind of things. So those details will be stored in the MySQL database over here initially, but the payment status as pending. Got it? Fine. So here, what will happen? Let's say if the payment status is pending. Okay. Now let's say after doing an insertion, it has to call the payment service in order to do the payment. Now let's say we are not using Kafka over here. Okay. Let's say booking service is calling the payment service directly. What happens if the payment service is down? The status which has been saved initially before calling the payment service, it has been saved with the status as pending. This status will never get changed. So that's the problem. So let's say the payment service is down. Okay. And then probably what will happen? This status which has been saved as pending in the first time initiation that we have done. So obviously it will be there as pending itself. The request will be gone because the payment service is not up, it will not be there. Okay. Now, this is a synchronous kind of communication. Synchronous means the service has to be available in order to take the request. Then only it can give the responses and perform the insertions in the database. Right. Now, what will happen if I don't want to use the synchronous communication? I just wanted to use a Kafka over here. So what Kafka does is Kafka will run in its own way. Let's say booking service is going to send some data to the Kafka topic, and payment service does not have to be up. It can be down sometimes, it can be up sometimes. Let's say booking service has sent the data to the Kafka topic. Okay, it has some details like booking ID, movie name, theater name, show time, show date, and all these kind of things. And then probably it has inserted all the data to the topic. So there is a listener, there is a consumer for this particular topic, and there is a payment service. Now, payment service will take all those details, and it has some booking amount also. Okay. So based on the booking amount, it will just call the payment gateway, PayPal or Stripe or whatever it is. It will just call the gateway. It will just establish the payment successful or the payment failure. It can be failure or it can be success. If there are funds in our account, then probably it will successfully establish the connection, and probably it will return from there, right? Now, what happens? Let's say if the payment service, right now, when the booking service is sending the data to the Kafka topic, the payment service is not up over here. Still, the data is present inside the Kafka topic. The data is never lost. Now, let's say after some period of time, let's say it was down for 5 minutes or 6 minutes of time. The moment it is up and the moment it lost the messages, it will resume the messages from the Kafka topic from where it stopped. Sorry. So this is the world of microservice. We do not use sessions, and that's not a best practice in terms of microservice. We'll be using session management only for a monolithic based application because we actually have a single database over there. But in the world of microservices, payment booking service has a database. Payment service also has a database. I have not listed it out because it is having a payment gateway. And the notification service is having another database, which is going to store some details and also trigger an email, right? Each and every service is going to have a separate database. So here sessions will not work. Got it? Yeah, see, once the request is being received by the booking service here, the booking service knows who is the end client, but it does not, because every communication is a HTTP communication. The server does not know about those kind of requests, right? So basically it will take that, it will process that request. If the request is valid, it will succeed. Otherwise it will fail. Because we write some code in such a way so that it will process the records and proceed accordingly. Got it? Yeah. So this is something called an asynchronous style of coding. And also the advantage is that even when the payment service or the notification service is down, what will happen? The Kafka topic will continuously send the messages to the services who are consumers. Like payment service is also a consumer for this Kafka topic. Notification service is also a consumer for the Kafka topic. Yes, it's like a middleware. So Kafka is a streaming platform. Yeah. This is a three-tier architecture where we do have a UI, we do have a middleware, and we do have a backend. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No problem. You can ask it. Yeah. So, any other questions? So yes, payment gateway is free of cost in mini project. I just wanted to show some of the records in the payment gateway of the Stripe. I just wanted to show that details. So let me open this. So these are the recent test payments that we have done using the payment gateway. I just wanted to show that to you, everyone. So I just wanted to go to the gateway first. So here you can just create an account, but for creating an account, you need to give your bank details. Otherwise, the account will not be created. And Srinivas Akram Sethi, 1 second, I will let you know. So here, select the test mode. And here, these are the recent payments which we have done for the mini project. So these are the payments which we have done. Okay, so 8.79, just 8 rupees, something like that. So this is 879 rupees, but probably Stripe Gateway is having some, for test mode, it is not going to take that much amount, and then probably it is going to convert that into dollars. Okay. Fine. So these are the test payments that are done for the mini project, which is a movie ticket booking system. And you can also see the homepage where you can see, let me show you some of the transactions over here. I just wanted to select this, all transactions. And here, if you see that it will be having some credit card details as well. I just wanted to click on this. And here, the payment is 8.7 INR. Payment succeeded, and these are the payment details. So basically, I have given the processing system as ABC systems, just a simple idea. And the status is succeeded. It's basically having the cross-border classification, and this is the test payment. Okay. So these are the card details. So card number, address, expires, and what type of card it is, whether it is a Visa credit card or debit card, whatever it is. So we have done all these payments using the simple mini project, which is a movie ticket booking system. Okay. So 1 second, let me ask some people who are having some concerns. So Srinivas Akram Sethi, I'm just unmuting you. You can just talk from your side. Srinivas.
Sir, this project 3 minutes project will cover, sir.
Sorry?
This course 3 minutes project will cover, sir.
See, yes. 3 mini projects means these are 3 different microservices, Srinivas, but we will be having a major project at the end. Are you clear? Srinivas, are you there? Okay. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me right now so that I will be able to help you. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, in this project, we are using microservices only, Manikanta. So these are not monolithic applications. And when it comes to the microservice part, each and every service has its own database. That means the database schema itself is also different. Okay, we will not be using the same database for all the services. Each and every service will be having its own separate database. Okay. And payment gateway is free of cost. We can use the test mode. So here you will be having let me go to this home. And here you will be having a secret key, which you need to use in your Spring Boot application in order to make a successful payment or a failed payment also by giving a wrong information. No. This is Stripe payment gateway, which is already there in the cloud. This is not local. Is this a local web UI? Yeah, that is always. Stripe is a part of cloud. We have PayPal, we have Stripe, we have Razorpay, we have UPI, right? So all these kind of things are already available in the cloud. But whenever we want to integrate certain payment systems or payment gateways, we just have to test it first. There are some sandboxes. So this is actually going to provide some sandbox, so which we'll be using in our Spring Boot applications in order to make a real payments. But it's a test payment. It's not a real payment, but it's like a real payment because it is actually communicating with the Stripe gateway in order to do the payments. So that's the total idea. Okay. So duration of this course will be 3 months. Okay, because in the first month we will be developing the mini project with all the coding best practices and the coding principles. And the second month, for first 15 days, I will be giving you sessions on Angular, which is basically, it's not something like I will take some topic and explain it to you. Whatever we are going to do in the project, I just wanted to explain only those scenarios. It's not something like we just started with Angular and I just have to explain Angular binding, Angular routing. This is not something like that. So whatever is required for our project, so I'll be starting basically with that. Okay. Gaurav, you can check with the management, Gaurav. So management will try to help you on this particular thing. I think you'll be getting the recorded videos also. Yeah, code base will be shared. Right now, code base is getting shared because this is the code base that we are actually following. So right now we have actually developed 6 different applications, and these are being shared for all the people who are the part of real-time project. Okay. So fresher, if you learn any advantage, I think right now industry is testing on some particular path. They are actually considering full stack people right now in the industry because everyone knows Java, they know Spring, everything. But if they get a full stack developer for a fresher, like in fresher, if they can see multiple technologies like backend as well as front end, then probably it is an added advantage. It's not a disadvantage, I'm saying, but it's all depends on us how we are actually learning. Because if you let's say the sessions are 5 day sessions are completed, and if you don't practice, you will not be able to get anything by end of the course. Okay, but right now I have just created a WhatsApp group for all the people of real time, and basically they are doing a communication over the WhatsApp, and so many people are successful in doing all those kind of steps. So let me show that to you as well. Yeah, so this is a real-time project where, so this is my response. They will ask some questions over here, and I will be responding with them. So even I used to connect in my, during my office time, also sometimes for 30 minutes or 40 minutes to resolve their questionnaires, okay? So I think, and probably if you see this, most of the people have established doing their project successfully, and they are going to post everything over here. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are asking during my office timings. I don't have to go to office because right now I'm not a part of India team. I'm part of EPAM Canada team. I got my Canada visa, and I'm just waiting for relocation. So maybe in the month of March I will be moving. All the visa stamping is done. Just due to recession, I was kept on hold over here. Because in Canada, there is a bench where most of the people have not got any projects. So once they are into the projects, I will be relocating to Canada. Okay, so that's the total idea. And anything else from anyone? How to pay for this course? I don't know. You just have to check with the management. Abhijit Pardhan. So how this Java real-time project is useful while we are doing? Okay. So if you see the Swiggy based application, we are exactly doing the same UI, the same functionalities, and all these kind of things. Okay. So we'll be doing the same project, but in Swiggy, we will be having a lot of restaurants, but for our application, we'll just keep 2 or 3 restaurants and we'll just do the same functionalities. When we click on this particular thing, we'll just go to some hotel web page and it will display all the menu items which are a part of this particular restaurant. And basically, once we add this, each and every thing that you add is basically going to trigger a backend application from the front end. So all these functionalities will be done from our side. And let's say if I just wanted to go to the cart over here, and here comes I just have to log in. Yeah. Yeah. So let's say once I click on this, then probably I do have to choose the delivery address, and then probably I do have to proceed to pay. That means initially the order will be created in the database with order as pending, because it has to complete the payment, right? So once you click on this proceed to pay, it actually goes to the payment API gateway. That means, let's say, if I just have to, do the PhonePe or UPI related things, I can do it. But there are some other options where I can just do, pay later, pay on delivery, net banking, and other kind of things. Okay. So, but for our thing, we'll be using the Razor Pay integration where we'll submit static credit card details and we will complete the payment. And also there is something called success related messages and failure related messages. And Razor Pay provides a very good UI for us where we can do the UPI payment, but everything will be on the test mode, not on the real mode. Okay. So I just wanted to provide that kind of environment. And I also wanted to show you this architecture, but the architecture is very much big, but I will try to explain all these things in a better way. And also we'll be using the AWS services like the Amazon RDS, which is used to create something like a database related to MySQL, and then followed by DynamoDB. It's just a NoSQL database. So those services will be running on the cloud. But if we are going to communicate with those cloud components, we will be charged. So right now I do have a subscription to the AWS account. So probably we'll be incurring some costs for the APIs. So I will be just showing all those demos and probably will end up with the main project. That's a major project. And we will be developing the same application like Swiggy. Same functionalities. There is no difference in the functionalities. We'll be getting the microservices architecture patterns like Saga, which is the mostly demanded ones. Mostly in terms of e-commerce, we will follow this kind of Saga architectures in microservices. So we'll be doing that one as well in our major project. Okay. So that's the total idea. And any questions from anyone? You can also ask if you have any questions. Yeah. So how many modules are there in the project? So I think it's basically 10 different modules. We do have Katasani Purushottam. Okay. So there's something called order service, delivery service, payment service, loyalty method, program service, which is basically to apply some discounts, coupons, and all these kind of things. So totally we will be having 10 modules in this project, in the major project, Katasani Purushottam. Hope you got it. And okay, Ashok, sure. I will let you know the course curriculum also. And the name of the major project will be, it's like a e-commerce based project, but it is into food technology. Okay. I'm learning Spring Boot and microservices, and I'm attending few days. Can I attend? I think probably you can attend, but make sure that you are very good in core Java. Even I see a lot of people learning Spring Framework or Spring Core related modules, but they do not have any strong knowledge in core Java itself. So make sure that you have a very good, strong knowledge. Okay. So when we will do this project? When we will do this? So we'll be doing this in the, after 1.5 months, once we start the real-time project. So in which domain we are creating the project? It's basically a part of e-commerce, but it is into food technology, Kazimali. And there is one more person. Can you show some front-end demo? Right now I do have to set, so 1 second. Ashok. Ashok, can you unmute from your side? Hey,
Yeah,
Ashok, tell me, Ashok.
yeah. Can you please display and show it any previous demo, like e-commerce front end major project demo? I want.
Yeah, right now my application is in AWS Cloud, Ashok. So probably if I have to run that, I do have to do a lot of setup from my system. So it will take some time.
Okay.
Okay, so because, and one more thing, when we are actually creating a project, we are actually not working on local databases. We are completely working on Docker images, and all our data will be stored in the AWS RDS as well as DynamoDB. So right now, I cannot set it up right now because it will take some time. Okay. So because I need to set up a lot of Docker images on my system, it will, the setup almost takes 1 hour, but you will see why it is going to take that much time and why it is going to start in that particular time. So all these kind of things will let you know once the real-time project starts.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And one more thing, I cannot show the demos because every time I will be charged, Ashok. So if I use RDS DB, let's say if I just wanted to, get some records from the AWS DB, it will cost me around 0.002 INR for every database operation call. Okay. So,
Okay.
but I have not deployed that in local because I was completely working on Docker images. So, and also when it comes to the mini project, you can just see this, the movie ticket booking system. And also there is something called, but I will show one particular demo to you, Ashok, which is readily available on my system. If you just wanted to see that, you can just see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How we will practice major project in further section?
Sorry.
How we will practice major project in our local system?
You need to create the AWS account by having your debit or credit card, Ashok. Otherwise, you will not be able to.
Okay. Okay. In locally also we want to create, right?
Sorry, in local, it is not required. We are not creating any local databases. We are not storing any data in the local. That's the purpose of this particular real-time project, Ashok.
Okay. Okay.
We will not
Good.
run any databases on our local. Everything will be on the Docker images, Docker cloud, and on the AWS cloud itself.
Okay.
Okay, if you just see this, I just wanted to clone this, first of all. So we are at to start on the front end, maybe this week for the actual real-time project, which is actually going on right now. I'll tell you why it actually takes a lot of time. I will tell you right now. Okay, I'll just run this application and see how much time it is actually going to take, because this is not going to interact with the local database. It is actually going to interact with the Docker cloud. Okay.
Okay.
Second. I think I do have that in my machine already. Yeah, this one. Okay, if you see here, this is the actual project that we have developed so far in 1 month. Okay, and this application is being currently, run by a lot of real-time batch members. So I just wanted to show that to you. Okay, so here if you see the payment service, you'll have something like, okay, I just have to switch the branch first of all. This is a basic branch. And the branch name is directly I can shift it over here. Get branches. And here, let me show it to the main branch. So here, yeah. So here, if you see this payment service, we do have something called the resources application.yaml. So here I have actually deleted the Stripe payment key while committing the project because everyone have to create the Stripe account by giving their debit card and credit card information. Okay, so I have just put it over here. So this is my Stripe key.
Okay.
And here you can see here, there's something called a payment service. So here we are using a Stripe payment gateway, and this is not a class, custom class. Okay, so here if you can see, all these imports are from the Stripe. There's not a local classes. These are actually provided by Stripe, and I have actually given the dependency of the Stripe over here. This is a Stripe payment gateway. Okay. And if you can see here, we have actually used the Stripe payment gateway, and here we are actually making the booking amount currency, and we are using the charge API to communicate with the payment gateway and make the payment successful. And if any errors are there, we'll just log it over here. Okay, so this is a booking service which is going to call the payment service. In the same architecture I have shown over here, right? So here, if you can see here, there's something called the Spring Cloud API gateway. So if you see here, there is a payment gateway already for this project. There's a movie ticket booking system, and you have a payment gateway over here, and it has some nice, resilience 4J fallback mechanisms, and also the circuit breaker mechanisms over here. I have just given the booking service as well as the payment service routes. Okay, and this is a Docker file we need to develop. And if you see this Docker Compose file, this is the place where it takes a lot of time. If you see, I do have a Eureka server, I do have a booking service, I do have a payment service, and then I do have the API gateway. But if you see in the previous project, it has a lot of services over here. If you just go to this Docker Compose file, I just have to build this project. So here, if you can see, there's something called Grafana, which you don't know. Okay, so basically I'm saying, okay. And there is something called the Promptail, which is basically used to collect the logs from our application to a centralized place called Loki. And this is something called Menu, which is used to aggregate a lot of logs and show it on the dashboard. This Prometheus, this is used for monitoring and management of our Spring Boot applications. And if you see here, we have the gateway, we have the API gateway of our application. And I will be explaining all these steps once you are into the real-time project. And we have something called a Eureka server. We do have a booking service. We do have a payment service. And then probably we do have the API gateway at the last. And we'll be having some health checks to see whether they are up and running or not. So all these kind of mechanisms will be explored, but we need to discuss some initial things before starting the mini project also. Because I have just started like that for the existing real-time batch. So that is how it is actually going.
Okay. Thank you, Srinivas.
Yeah, thank you. But just wait for 5 more minutes. I just wanted to show the dashboard. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And Jenkins is also part of this course, Satya Prasad. So we'll be doing, we'll be using GitHub anyhow. And once we commit the code to the GitHub, it has to trigger a code pipeline in the Jenkins. Okay, so we'll also see that kind of things in our application. No, not this project as an experience, but we'll be doing one e-commerce as a major project that you can put that project into the resume, and I will be explaining all the steps what you need to do. Let's say you have mentioned a project in the resume. You have to define the roles and responsibilities. While defining the roles and responsibilities, you have to define exactly the way that you have done. Otherwise, they will ask a lot of questions which you may not be able to answer. Okay, and I will be guiding on that one as well. Okay. And what is the difference between YAML and XML? So basically, XML is a configuration file where we used to follow a lot of parent tags and child tags. But YAML is a different structure. We don't have to repeat the tags multiple times like application.properties. Like we used to define some properties like with key and value pairs with dot, dot, dot. So here in YAML, we don't have to define that. And probably YAML file is the best way to define our configurations in an easy way. And also we can define scripts also in the YAML. But when it comes to XML, we cannot run or define any scripts. Okay. Security is there, obviously, Katsani Purushottam. So security is a part of our major project, not on the mini project. So knowledge on GitHub is not required. It will just take a single day to understand what is GitHub basically. So we'll be doing that maybe after 1 week, because we just have to get, or there will be a refresher program for everyone. Okay. So which Java version we are going to use Java 17 version. So right now we are using Java 17 only. Yes, Mahinder. So the prerequisite is people should have a strong core Java knowledge, and they should be, having minimum knowledge on Spring. Even if it is not there, I'm there always to help you, because there are so many people in the real-time project batch where they do not have any idea on Spring, especially. Okay. OAuth 2 and SSO in their security. No, we will not be using OAuth 2 and SSO. Okay. So we'll be going with JWT token-based approach in microservices. Hello, Srinivas. Sai Sharan Yatarla. Let me unmute you. What is your question? Sai Sharan. Okay, let me unmute you, Sai Sharan. Sai Sharan, you can just unmute from your side. Hi, Sai Sharan.
Hello, sir. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. What about you, Sai Sharan?
I'm doing good, sir. Sir, I have a small doubt that I was graduated in 2019 in computer science, sir. But later, because I do not have a good eligibility criteria, I was not able to get placed in the top-notch companies like, IT companies. So I used to, I worked for InnovaPath, which is a software company, and I just took some training there. Right now, I am about to complete my master's, but after like 5 years, I do not have real-time experience so that I can easily get placed. So here the situation is, after the graduation, for a immigrant like me to get placed in work for any of the projects or clients, they hire with at least 8+ years of experience, or like 7+. They put like 7 years experience, and they join us in the company. So how far I'm going to work confidently in the real time when I go and work in on-site, learning this course? I just want to know that, sir. Like, how many years of experience it adds to my profile after the completion of this course, so I can be more confident and work on more.
Yes, Sai Sharan, I can understand your concern. So if you are 2009 passed out, don't keep 8+ or 10+ years of experience, because the job will be very much tough, first of all. Okay.
2019, sir.
2019, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2019 you were graduated, right? So basically you are from BTech, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, what I can suggest you, let's say if you are graduated from the BTech, if you don't have any concerns, probably you can also. If you have any concerns, No, sir. Okay. Yes, Aicharan. So probably you can
Yes.
just keep 3+ years of experience. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
With the major project that we are going to do. But the only thing that I can say from my side, let's say if you do the major project from your side
Yes, sir.
along with me, it is not going to give any deep knowledge. You have to practice from your side also, because whatever the task that I just wanted to do from my side, I will just do it in online. But basically, you have to
Yes.
follow all those kind of things and practice along the coding from your
Sure,
side.
sir.
Okay.
Sure.
And one more thing, don't think that you have to place in you have to get placed in very good companies. But
Yes, sir.
right now, company doesn't matter for me. Even for any developer company doesn't matter if they are going to
Yes, sir.
give good salaries, even if it is a startup or even if it is a mid company, then probably we can join. The only thing, once we add it to the company culture, then probably you can go to whatever the company that you can go in future.
Sure. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The only thing is you have to do at most hardly, because once you are keeping 2+ or 3+ years of experience,
Yes, sir.
let's say you have completed the project in 3 months, you cannot go
Yes,
to
sir.
the company right away to give an interview. There has to be so much dedication. There, I think 8 hours of study is really required during your time if you are not an employee and working anywhere. So 8 hours of study is
Sure.
really required. We should really make you proficient after 3 months, but not that
Sure.
much,
Thank you.
only for 2+ or
Okay.
3+. Thank you, Sai Charan. Yeah.
Sure.
So the duration of the course is, Akhil, it's 3 months. So first month will be the mini project where we'll be developing 3 microservices. And in the second month, we'll be developing the Angular based project, which is e-commerce like Swiggy. And then probably in the third month, we'll be writing all the backend related APIs for the front end that we have developed. Okay, so that's the total idea, Akhil. So course content, please, what are the tools covered in this? I have said that in the initial introduction itself today. I have already shown you all the tools, Prashant. I don't know when you have joined. We'll have class on all this. Yeah, we'll be having the classes except on Sunday. Okay, Prashant. Okay, let me share it to you again. So I think my screen is already in sharing, and I just have to run this application, but probably we do have the time also tomorrow. I'll just showcase this dashboards and all this kind of things, because it has to download almost 2 GB of images in my system. I don't know what is the current state. I just wanted to check this out first of all. Prashant, give me one moment of time. Let me check the network over here first of all. So ls Docker compose up -- build. And probably I don't have to do this because I have not done Maven clean install. Okay, so meanwhile, you can just see the technologies over here, the tools. So these are the tools. You can just see it over here. Prashant, these are the tools that we are going to learn from the major project as well as from the mini project. Some of the tools will be covered. So IntelliJ IDEA, Visual Studio Code, Maven, JNet, Mockito, Swagger, Jacopo, Sonar. I have explained all of these tools in the initial time itself today, but hope you will get the recording once you enroll into the project. Okay. So these are all the tools that we are going to use. Okay. And let's see this terminal. I think build is success. So let me do Docker compose -- build. Okay, my Docker is not running. I have to make it up. Because it's not that much easy. If it is a local application, we can run that and make it up and show it on the UI. But these are complex based applications. So everything is complex. Even the mini project, you will find it as complex. Okay. And fee will inform tomorrow. Yes, yeah, thank you, Srikanth. Thank you, Srikanth. I think probably it's end of 2023, right? Probably you can keep 1 year of experience on any of the project. That will be really good, Ranjan, because you cannot keep it as a fresher. I think, hope you understand. Can I join? Are you running batch, sir? No. Katasani Purushottam, don't join the existing batch because so many things which are already covered. So you can just join this new batch because there will be a lot of things which will where I will be explaining a lot of production use cases, which which you have not came across anywhere. Okay, so let me see. It's starting the Docker engine. Let it start. Take some time. Sir, you're covering payment gateway in this project with live code, right? Hey, it's a live coding, buddy. Akash Shivale. It's a live coding. It's not the code that I have written initially and I just wanted to show the code. It's not something like that. Everything will be developed from the scratch, Akash. I think if you have any friends in the existing real-time project batch, you can just contact them and get most of the things. See, even the major project, that's the reason I said to you that this project is going to take 3 months of time because coding will take a lot of time. And it's basically 1.5 hour session to 2 hour session. So I will be doing the coding and basically I will be answering a lot of questions to a lot of people. Yeah, thank you, Akash. Anyone has any other questions apart from this? It's almost 10:20. Okay, I think probably, yeah. The Docker has been started and now I can run this command. But don't imagine that you will not be able to understand all these tools in one go, but I will try to show. See here, it is actually pulling some data. It is almost 100 MB and the next image also will be around 500 MB, 570 MB. So it has to download all these kind of things in order to make this application up and running. So that's the reason initially someone asked me to showcase the real-time project, but you'll get most of the things. Hope you understand. So this is something called an Xstack program. So we will be working on DevOps. We'll be working on cloud. We'll be working on Angular, and we'll be working on backend Java. But DevOps, how developer has to know what kind of steps that he has to know, that is enough. DevOps is a very big platform. As a developer, what he needs to know, that steps I will be explaining it from myself. You don't have to know about Docker tools. I have very good sessions which are already conducted for the existing real-time batch, and hope everyone is going to enjoy that. So you don't have to worry about that. Janmay Jaya. So let me minimize this and everything got pulled. Let it start the applications first. So right now I'm a part of resource development team because basically I need to relocate to Canada, maybe in 1 or 2 quarters. Sorry? I'm a lead. Yeah. It's a project lead only. Team lead is different. Team lead is basically you will have a project lead, and under project lead, in order to manage a team, they will choose some candidates and they will make them as a team lead. Yeah. Sorry? Almost 10 plus. 10 plus years of experience I do have. Yeah. So right now it is starting all the services in one go. So let's wait for some time. So again, I'm saying this is a simple project, but it is very complex to understand. So this project is basically, I just wanted to explain some tools that we can use, and also how to, monitor a production-based project in live with Spring Boot. There is something called an actuator. Everyone knows about that, but probably we do have to showcase something, then only people will understand what is happening behind the scenes. Okay. So all the services are getting started. So you have seen how much time it is getting taken. So, but let me show you the dashboards first. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand anything. So I think 8081 port is already being used for this Grafana. Okay. So let me stop this first of all. Yeah. So here 8081 port is already taken by schema registry. So that's the reason it was failing. So I just wanted to delete this container, and I will just try to start the services again. I think one of the person have asked about the UI, right? So probably I do have only this UI for now, because I can set it up in the local, but this is not local. This is actually running in the Docker cloud. So I just wanted to go to this. On this again. Yeah, this is a full stack development only, because see, full stack development we can also call it as backend, because in backend we do have DevOps, right? We do have a Java along with microservices, right? That is also full stack, but we call it as Java full stack. Okay, but there's something called full stack web developer. That means Angular or React, followed with Node.js or Java. Yeah. So now the booking service has been started. Booking service is started. Payment service is also getting started. And then probably we do have the gateway for the actual thing. And probably once it is started, then. Sorry, what? Yes, right. See, Spring Boot is a technology. It's not a framework. Spring Boot is a technology which is used to develop Spring framework-based applications. And we can utilize some of the features provided by Spring Boot. And one of the feature that I just wanted to show is through the UI. I just wanted to show that now, right now. And let me see whether all the services are up and running over here. So all the services are running, and I have 11 services over here. Let me go to the UI. First of all, I just wanted to show the Grafana. Don't worry about this tool. I just wanted to explain everything from the beginning, okay? So this is a Grafana tool. Basically, let's say right now we do have this user services ready. Payment service, and there is something called API gateway, movie services registry, and booking service. Okay. In order to manage these applications, we do have certain dashboards. Once the application goes to production environment, we need to monitor that application. There's something called, I'll just go to this, and there's something called connections. And here, if you just see this, there's something called a Prometheus. And here I can just go and explore the data, and I'll just put the data as last 5 minutes, and I will just run the query. So I just have to choose the container. Let's say system CPU usage. I just wanted to use the CPU. I just wanted to select, just wait. I just have to select this low-key first, and then probably I can use container, and then probably I can select the booking service. Now, if I see and run the query over here, you can see the logs below. And here there are beautiful graphs. Let's say the application has been run at 10:27. See here, 10:26, 59 seconds, it has been started. And we can also, see the API calls. Let's say I have a simple get endpoint, localhost 8080 / something called bookings.test. So if you see here, there's a payment successful, and you can also see that in the dashboard in the Grafana. So just run the query over here. And here you can just select the Prometheus, but don't worry about all these kind of things. I will try to explain in a better way. Run the query. Have to select the custom. Okay, so let me open the Prometheus first, localhost. It is 9090 / Prometheus. Yeah, this one. And if you see here, the API gateway, the booking service, the movie services registry, the payments service, all these things are up and running. But if I just go to the graphs and select any of the CPU, let's say I just want to select the CPU right now. Just execute it. Execute it. And if you can see that there are some beautiful graphs over here. So this is a duration for the payment service when it was up and when it was down. All this kind of graphs we can visualize. But don't worry about all these kind of things. We'll just do it from scratch. Okay. So that's the total idea. Hey, Alluri. We commonly using Postman tool, and what is the use of Swagger API tool? See, basically, a Swagger tool comes with our application integration itself. We don't have to use external tools like Postman, Alluri. Okay, so Postman is just like a client which is used to call our backend APIs. But probably if you are using Swagger, you don't have to use or install any external software like Postman. That's the total idea, Alluri. Thank you, Alluri. Yeah. So I built some full stack web applications using MERN. I built those projects from some free resources, tutorials, YouTube, and some are own projects. Can I add this work experience in resume? And I build, see, probably whatever the project, you can add whatever the complex project that you can, but the time comes when how good you performed in the interview. Okay, whatever the project you do, if you're not performing well in the interview, they will not look into the projects. First of all, project is just a base because we just have to keep some project and we need to explain that project for 5 to 10 minutes. But after 10 minutes, what will happen? A total thing will be technical itself. Okay. So how we have used this particular concept in the project. So they will ask all these kind of things. So you should be in a position to answer all these questions. So Java 17, Nimesh. I think Venkatesh, if you are already into MERN stack, I don't know why you have joined this, probably because that is completely into front end and Node.js part, right, Venkatesh? Yeah, it's your wish. I will not force because you have already, I don't know whether you have learned it or you have just taken the applications and ran it on your on your system. I don't know, but probably at the end, only the interview questions are going to help you a lot. And a project, how you have used the concept in the project, in which type of scenario you have used it, how you have implemented this, all these kind of things. Yeah. Okay, then if you have learned it, may I know the reason why you have joined this real-time project on Java? Just curious about this, Venkatesh. Okay, you know core Java. Okay, fine then. Probably good. But one more thing, Venkatesh. Okay, I just exploring it. see, be on one platform. Do not come from Angular node to Java and Java to Angular node. At the end, it will confuse a lot of people. Even now, people does not have any idea why they are shifting these kind of technologies. Some people will say, hey, Angular is very good, React is very good, that has market. Learn this. After learning, no job. Let's say, learn Java, full stack, it's very good. Everyone will say that. But the only thing which I just wanted to say, whatever the technologies that you learn, unless you are having a very in-depth knowledge on that particular topic, you will not get a job anywhere, and I'm damn sure about that. So why I'm saying all these kind of things, because while dealing with mini project right now with the real-time project batch, I'm just taking a lot of scenarios and use cases which they are really liking it a lot, because those type of things you will not learn anywhere in YouTube. Because let's say there is a tutorial in YouTube or Udemy, it has some certain ideas how to implement a project, something like that. Let's say you have gone through that. But if you do, if you don't know the best practices, the coding principles and all these kind of things, learning whatever the thing that you might, it will never get you a job very easily. So stick into one particular technology. Right now in the market, Angular, React, Node.js is also having a very good market, but the interviews will be very much hard. And when coming to Java, as well as Spring Boot microservices, also, there's a tough market right now in the job industry. Very, very tough, unless you have certain ideas and use cases to explain what you have done that really showcases your skill, to let the recruiter know that you are a good fit for the company. Got it? So Venkatesh Sirsila, I think you can take your own decision. Okay. I just don't want to invite you to this Java, because you have already learned a lot of technologies like MERN stack. So thank you so much, Venkatesh, because I'm not here to, give some false obligations, because everyone has to settle in their career at some point of time. So right now, this is the best time who really came to this real-time project. But at the end of this course, you'll learn a lot of things which you are not aware of, even when you have gone through any of the sessions on Core Java or Spring. That's what I can say. Thank you for your teaching, sir. Thank you, Alluri. May I know how you have joined this? why you have joined this, Alluri? Any particular reason to join this batch, or how it is like? You can answer, you can type it. Okay, let me unmute you from my side. Okay. Hey, Alluri, tell me.
Sir, hello sir, good morning sir.
Yeah, hi, Alluri, tell me.
I just casually involved in this class, sir. How you teaching the juniors?
Okay, sure, no problem, Alluri. The same path that we are going to follow for this real-time project batch also. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And the other one, Nimesh, do you have any questions? Fine. Nimesh, you raised your hand. Nimesh Sen.
Yeah, it's done, sir.
Done? Okay, thank you, Nimesh. Yeah. So if there are no questions, probably we can wrap up the batch today. And probably tomorrow we'll have a good start on Spring Boot. But basically, I just wanted to know the strength of the people who know framework at least. You have any knowledge on Spring? Yes. Yeah, you? No. Okay. So that's the problem. There are some people know Spring and some people only know Core Java, but probably we'll have some certain production use cases from my side. Probably we'll just do some banking related transactions, and also we will work on some notifications, and also we will follow some best coding principles using solid design principles. Okay. And that's all. Okay. So Mauli Bhai. Yes. Yes, Mauli.
Sir, today just I joined your Spring Boot and microservices classes.
Okay.
So without completing that, is it okay to join this Java real-time project because you are using here cloud everything, right? Spring Cloud and all.
Right. So
Uh,
basically, I just wanted to know what is your base technology right now?
Java only.
Sorry?
Pure Java. Pure Java.
Yeah, I think pure Java is enough because the people who are in real-time project, existing real-time project, right now they are aware of Spring Framework. So there will be a refresher program for everyone who doesn't know Spring Core also. There will be a refresher program for 7 days. And probably we'll start with mini project thereon.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
And one more thing, sir, how is the market now? But if we try outside, is it okay, or do we need to take more time to try outside, attending the interviews and all?
See, right now, according to excluding India, the market is very much worse outside India. Only India is having better opportunities in this particular. Only our country is having better opportunity because I was about to relocate to Canada because due to some recession, I was kept on hold. All my visa stampings are done. So that's the total idea.
So in India, it is okay to
In India, there is no problem. India is very much safe. But when recession came in 2008 year, India was in problem. Right now, Canada, US, Germany, everywhere there is a recession and a lot of people are getting out of their jobs.
Thank you,
But
sir.
India has a very good market right now. It has opportunities. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And who are this? Harshal Raut. Yeah, Harshal Raut. Yeah. Harshal? Yeah.
Sir, will the recordings be available for these classes?
Yes, recordings will be available, Harshal.
And
Recordings will be there.
till how many months we can access them?
No specific idea on that. I think probably you can check with the management or you can also reach out to Shrikant. Okay.
Okay. And sir, if I want the recording of previous batches, then what?
Yeah, you
should
can
I
get
do?
it. You can get it. You will get
Okay,
it.
I can get the recordings of this Java real time previous
Yeah,
batch.
sure. You can get it easily. Yeah.
Sir,
Because every session
Srinivas
is
sir,
being recorded.
Srinivas sir,
Yeah. Hi, Shrikant.
hi. Guys, this is Srikanth. I'm your batch admin. See, previous batch videos are not provided, sir. If you want recordings of this batch, you can pay and you can join the batch. And recordings are valid for 6 months from the last day of your course. For example, Feb 3rd is your last day of the course. From Feb 3rd, videos are valid for 6 months. And every day after completion of your course by evening, you will be getting the recording of the same day lecture. You can watch multiple times. You can't download. Okay. Is that clear, guys? Can you respond in the chat box?
And sir, what is the fees of this course?
Yeah, you drop me a message in the WhatsApp. I shared my number. I'll let you know the fee structure and everything in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
With
Okay,
recordings and
basically,
videos.
no problem, Shrikant. Basically, they are asking about the previous batch recordings.
Yeah, we
for
like
not
we
got
won't provide the previous batch recordings, sir.
Yeah. So
I'll
yeah, I
call you and
missed that.
inform you.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
sir.
you.
Okay. Sir.
Thank you so much, Shrikant. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else from anyone? I think that's all. And have a great day. I will meet you tomorrow, same time. So probably we'll have good discussions tomorrow on the practical sessions. Okay. Thank you all and have a great day and happy learning.